Can you hear it? The whisper in the waiting. The still, sacred breath between what is and what will be. That is where faith lives. Not in the moments of triumph, but in the unseen hours where obedience meets silence. Stay faithful. You, the one still praying when nothing seems to move. You, the one still showing up with a tired heart and quiet hope. You, who have walked through long seasons of unanswered questions, wondering if God is still writing your story. This is for you. There's something holy in the waiting. Something sacred about choosing to trust when evidence is absent. Your consistency is seen. Your tears are counted. And your faith, it is not forgotten. The world may tell you to give up, that it's pointless, that faith is foolish, but the heavens say otherwise. Heaven watches the ones who stay planted when it's easier to run. Heaven applauds the ones who keep praising when the miracle hasn't yet come. What you're waiting for is not lost. It's growing, unseen, beneath the surface. The roots of breakthrough go deep before the bloom. And the delay is not denial. The silence is not absence. The closed doors are not rejections. They are redirections. God has not abandoned the work of His hands. And you, beloved, are His masterpiece. Even now, in this space between sowing and reaping, He is faithful to finish what He began in you. Do not rush the process. Do not resent the time it takes. Every moment is being used. Every trial is forging something eternal. Every waiting room is a classroom where endurance is taught and trust is tested. Stay faithful. The breakthrough is coming. The night may feel long, but the dawn is promised. Your breakthrough is not behind you. It is not lost in your past or forfeited by your weakness. It is ahead, already in motion, already being shaped by unseen hands. And while you wait, something even greater is forming within you. Faith that is not tested cannot be trusted. And your faith, it's being refined in the furnace of patience. Not to punish you, but to prepare you, because the blessing ahead carries weight, and your shoulders are being strengthened to carry it. So stay. Stay when your prayers echo into silence. Stay when the world moves on and you feel left behind. Stay when others seem to receive their miracles while yours is still in hiding. There is something glorious about those who remain rooted, not because it's easy, but because they believe God is still worthy. He is. He is worthy when the answer is, not yet. He is worthy when the door is still closed. He is worthy when the harvest hasn't come. Your worship in the waiting is not wasted, it is warfare. Your trust is a declaration. Your patience is praise. And even now, even here, God is closer than you know. His eyes have never left you. His plans have not changed. What He spoke over you still stands. His promises do not expire. His timing is not delayed. It is divine. Now, take a moment to reflect. If this message is touching something deep in you, if you feel the quiet confirmation of God's voice within these words, we invite you, gently, sincerely, to help this message reach others. Like, comment your thoughts, share with someone who needs hope, and subscribe so you never miss a word of encouragement whispered into your spirit. You are not alone in this. Your faith encourages more than just your journey. It lifts others, too. There's a reason the seed is buried before it blooms. Buried does not mean forgotten. Hidden does not mean abandoned. God works in layers, in levels, in seasons. And the deep places, the places where your eyes can't see, those are where His most powerful works begin. You've prayed, you've fasted, you've wept, you've waited, and still, it seems like nothing is shifting. But underneath the surface, the soil of your life is moving, breaking, preparing, aligning. Stay faithful, because every silent moment is filled with God's orchestration. Every tear is watering the soil of destiny. Every quiet, yes, when no one is watching, is heard in the heavens. Faith is not a feeling, it's a choice. And when you keep choosing God over doubt, truth over fear, obedience over comfort, something sacred happens. You become a testimony in motion, a walking miracle, a living echo of God's faithfulness. Don't let impatience rob you of your inheritance. Don't let comparison steal your joy. Don't let weariness make you forget who you are and whose you are. Breakthrough is coming, not just a shift in your circumstances, but a shift in your soul. A deepening, a healing, a revival that begins within and flows outward. God is not slow, He is strategic, and He is doing a new thing in you. Even now, even when you feel nothing, even when you see nothing. He is the God who parts seas in silence, who builds bridges in darkness, who raises dead things on quiet mornings. And He has not forgotten what He promised you. So don't quit, don't give up, don't walk away from the very edge of your miracle. Stay faithful, because what's ahead will make sense of everything behind. The stories you admire in Scripture, the breakthroughs, the miracles, the open heavens, they were all preceded by a waiting season. Moses wandered, Joseph was imprisoned, David hid in caves, even Jesus waited in the wilderness. Delay was never a sign of God's absence. It was a sign of preparation. So why would your story be any different? God's message today whispers reassurance into your spirit. The same God who delivered him is the one who walks beside you. The same power that split seas and silenced storms now dwells within you. And the same grace that sustained them will carry you through. You don't need a sign to believe, your faith is the evidence. You don't need proof of progress to know that God is moving. He is not a man that he should lie. And if he said breakthrough is coming, then it will arrive, in perfect time, in perfect measure, for your good and his glory. So hold the line. Keep praying when it's quiet. Keep praising when it's heavy. Keep standing when everything else tells you to sit down and give up. You are in the company of the faithful, those who pressed forward even when there was no visible path ahead. And soon, you will see it. The doors will open, the answers will come, the chains will break, but even before that moment arrives, you can rest in knowing that God is faithful. And you, yes, you, are not forgotten in the wait. You are being fortified. You are being made whole. You are being led by a God who finishes what he starts. The waiting room of heaven is never wasted space. It is the sacred ground where roots grow deeper, where identity is clarified, where trust is not just spoken, but lived. It is where warriors are formed in silence and saints are sculpted through surrender. Stay faithful. This is not a detour. It's a divine path. You may not see the road ahead, but your shepherd does, and his rod and staff. They comfort you, not by removing the valley, but by walking through it with you. Let this be the moment you stop striving and start surrendering. Let this be the place where you release your expectations and receive his peace. For what's waiting for you on the other side is not just the breakthrough, it's the deeper revelation of who God is. He is your refuge, your strength, your ever-present help. He is not pacing the halls of heaven uncertain about your outcome. He is seated, in control, and completely faithful. So breathe. You're not late. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for him to do what only he can. Lift your eyes. What's coming will be worth it. What's coming will make sense of the stretch. What's coming will be the testimony others draw hope from. And when it does come, and it will, don't forget the journey. Don't forget the nights you stayed faithful. Don't forget the days you chose belief over bitterness. Because those were the days heaven smiled. And those were the moments that prepared the way. You're almost there. Stay the course. Stay grounded. Stay faithful. The breakthrough is not just coming. It's already in motion. The enemy will always try to convince you that waiting is wasting. But God sees it differently. He sees it as building, shaping, refining. The waiting season is not a punishment, it's a process. It's where He crafts endurance, teaches dependency, and carves out a deeper capacity to carry what's coming. You may feel like you're being held back, but in truth, you are being held together, held by a God who knows the exact moment to release your breakthrough, held by the hands that shape the stars and still number the hairs on your head, held by the one who whispered your name before the world began. Don't trade the slow burn of growth for the quick spark of gratification. Quick fixes fade, shallow victories collapse, but what God builds in the waiting is eternal. Your faith, right now, is speaking, not in loud declarations, but in your quiet persistence, in your choice to rise again, to believe again, to worship again. These are the moments that echo in eternity. And while others chase the spotlight, you've been learning to live in the shadow of His wings. That's where power is born. That's where confidence is found, not in outcomes, but in His presence. You don't need to know how it will all work out. You just need to know who is holding the pen. And He writes masterpieces. So even now, while your heart aches and your hands feel empty, trust the story He's unfolding. Trust the grace that meets you daily. Trust that breakthrough is not only ahead, it is near. So lean in, beloved. Stay faithful. Your breakthrough will not be late. It's easy to trust when the doors are swinging open. But what about the hallway between the doors? What about the days where the light feels dim and direction is unclear? Those are the sacred spaces where trust becomes more than a word, it becomes your lifeline. God doesn't measure your faith by your feelings. He sees the quiet surrender when no one is watching. He sees the way you still show up, still pray, still hope, still love. That kind of faith shakes heaven. Stay faithful, because the deepest breakthroughs often come after the longest battles. Not because God is cruel, but because what He is birthing in you is too great to be rushed. He's not just preparing the blessing for you, He's preparing you for the blessing. The waiting may break you open, but it will not break you apart. It will reveal the strength that's been hidden beneath fear. It will uncover the resilience you didn't know you had. And it will root you so deeply in Him that no storm will ever shake you again. This is where the shift begins, not around you, but inside you. The old fears lose their grip. The shame fades. The striving ceases. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, believe differently, because you've tasted the sustaining grace of God in the dark. And once you've seen His faithfulness in the wilderness, you'll never doubt His power in the promised land. So breathe again, stand up again, expect again. The desert is not your destination, it's the pathway to promise. Stay faithful, because the breakthrough is not just what God is doing around you, it's what He's completing within you. Some days, breakthrough doesn't look like fire from heaven or prison doors flung open. Some days, breakthrough looks like peace in the middle of unanswered prayers, like waking up with the courage to try again, like choosing to love, even when it hurts, like staying when leaving would be easier. These are the quiet victories no one sees, but heaven celebrates. Stay faithful, because your faithfulness in the small things is what builds the strength for the greater things. God watches over the seeds you plant in secret. And in time, He brings the harvest in public. But don't rush the rain. Don't demand the bloom before its time. Trust the God who waters slowly but thoroughly. Every whispered prayer, every hidden tear, every moment you chose obedience over comfort, they are not forgotten. They are not wasted. They are sacred. And what God is preparing for you cannot be stolen. No delay, no detour, no discouragement can cancel what He has ordained. Your name is still on it. Your purpose is still unfolding. Your destiny is still on schedule. Let the world chase speed. You chase depth. Let others seek applause. You seek alignment. Because when the breakthrough comes, it won't just elevate your life. It will confirm everything God has whispered to your spirit in the silence. So keep going, even if your legs tremble, even if your voice shakes, even if your heart breaks. Keep going. You are closer than you think, closer to the door opening, closer to the healing, closer to the release. And even now, even here, even tired and unsure, you are being carried. Stay faithful. Breakthrough is not a distant dream. It is the next chapter. There is a stillness in God's plan that terrifies the hurried soul. But it is in that stillness where clarity begins. When the noise fades and distractions fall away, you start to hear it, a divine whisper that says, "I am not done." God's message has not changed. His promise has not shifted. And your faithfulness is building more than you know. You may feel like you're wandering, but even in the wilderness, God provides. Even in the waiting, He protects. Even in your weariness, He renews. Stay faithful, because faithfulness in the valley is what prepares you to stand on the mountain without forgetting who brought you there. You're not just being led to breakthrough, you're being led through transformation. The waiting is chiseling away the doubt. The silence is sharpening your discernment. The closed doors are shaping your gratitude. And the lack of control is making space for surrender. And surrender is where miracles begin. You don't have to understand everything to trust the one who does. You don't have to see the finish line to know that your steps are ordered. You don't have to feel strong to know that grace is sufficient. He's not asking for perfection, just persistence. So cry if you need to. Rest when you're weary, but don't give up. Breakthrough is coming, not because of your strength, but because of His promise. And when it comes, you'll look back on these days, not with regret, but with reverence, because it was here, in the shadows, in the silence, in the stretch, that God revealed Himself more clearly than ever before. Stay faithful. This is holy ground. Sometimes the breakthrough isn't in the blessing, it's in the becoming. Becoming someone who doesn't need the answer to trust. Becoming someone who praises even with empty hands. Becoming someone who no longer fears the waiting, because they've met God in the quiet. This is the deep work. The kind of transformation that doesn't make headlines, but shakes foundations. The kind that prepares you for the very thing you prayed for. So that when it comes, you're ready to carry it well. Because breakthrough isn't just about getting what you want, it's about growing into who He's called you to be. Stay faithful. Every sunrise is a new reminder that the God who held you yesterday has not changed. Every breath you take is evidence of His sustaining grace. And every day you choose Him over comfort, you become more like Him. He sees the effort no one applauds, the tears no one knows about, the questions you're too afraid to speak out loud. He knows, He understands. He's moved not by performance, but by authenticity. You don't have to be perfect to stay faithful. You just have to be willing. And right now, you are walking through a sacred preparation. What feels like a delay is a divine invitation to trust. What seems like emptiness is where He's planting something eternal. So rest in His pace. There is no pressure in His presence. There is only grace for the moment and strength for the step. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are being built. Stay faithful, because when the breakthrough comes, and it will carry the weight of everything you've endured. And the glory of everything He's done in you. Look at how far you've come, not by accident, but by grace. Through every detour, every delay, every door that didn't open, you've made it here. And if God carried you through all that, He will carry you the rest of the way. You don't need to see the full map to trust the next step. The path of the faithful is not paved with certainty, It's paved with surrender. Stay faithful, because even when your strength feels spent, His is just beginning. Even when you run out of words, His Spirit intercedes. Even when your faith feels small, it's still enough to move mountains. And even when you don't feel close to God, He is still closer than your breath. He hasn't changed His mind about you. He hasn't taken back His promise. He hasn't lost track of the timeline. You are still on schedule. You are still His beloved. You are still the one He delights in. Don't confuse the stillness for absence. Don't misinterpret the pause as punishment. This is the season where your roots grow deep, and deep roots make strong trees. Trees that can weather any storm. You are being made unshakable. You are being prepared not just to survive your breakthrough, but to steward it with wisdom, with strength, and with joy. So keep saying yes. Yes to trust. Yes to surrender. Yes to the long road that leads to lasting fruit. Yes to the God who has never failed you. The time will come, and when it does, your testimony will not just be that God came through, but that you stayed faithful while He did. That's the breakthrough. There is power in simply refusing to quit. Power in standing when everything says sit. Power in believing when nothing makes sense. Power in declaring, God is still good, even with tears streaming down your face. That kind of faith, the enduring kind, that's what transforms lives. Stay faithful, because God is not just writing a story of answered prayers. He's writing a story of unshakable people. A story of those who walked through fire and didn't smell like smoke. A story of those who saw delay and didn't turn back. You are one of them. You are the proof that obedience is possible, that hope can survive droughts, and that joy is not dependent on circumstance. You are the lamp still burning in the middle of the night, the lighthouse for others navigating storms. And make no mistake, someone is watching you, drawing strength from your endurance, gaining hope from your resolve, finding God through your quiet perseverance. Don't underestimate the impact of your faithfulness. While others chase results, you've been learning to rest. While others grasp for control, you've surrendered. While others have fled, you've remained. That is kingdom strength. And that kind of strength is not wasted. It multiplies. It deepens. It prepares the way for breakthrough that is not only personal, but generational. Because your faith doesn't stop with you. It ripples. It echoes. It lays foundations for those who come after you. So don't stop now. Don't shrink back. Don't silence your song in the valley. This is your anthem. Stay faithful. Because breakthrough isn't just on the way, it's already breaking through you. Faithfulness is not glamorous. It won't always get applause. It won't always be seen. But it is always noticed by the one who matters most. Heaven leans in when you choose God again and again without needing a miracle to do it. When you trust His heart even when you can't trace His hand. When you say yes with trembling lips and tired feet because you believe His promise is greater than your pain. This is the kind of faith that moves mountains, not because of volume, but because of depth. Stay faithful. The breakthrough you're waiting for is not just about a solution, it's about intimacy. God is not simply preparing circumstances for you. He is preparing you to carry glory, to walk in purpose, to live in alignment with who He created you to be. And that kind of preparation takes time. You don't train for war in the middle of battle. You train in the secret place. When it's quiet, when it's hard, when it would be easier to quit. That's where God trains the ones He trusts. So if you're still in the waiting, it means He's not done forming the foundation beneath your feet. You're not missing out. You're not left behind. You're not being punished. You are being trusted. And when your breakthrough finally arrives, it will not be a rescue from failure. It will be a release into fullness. A manifestation of everything God has quietly built within you. A fulfillment that proves the process was not just worth it, it was necessary. So stand tall, lift your eyes, plant your feet, and stay faithful. The promise still stands, and so must you. You may not feel it, but every act of faithfulness is building something eternal. Every unseen prayer, every whispered yes, every moment you chose integrity over ease, surrender over striving, hope over despair. It's all being woven into the fabric of your destiny. You are not losing time in the waiting. You are gaining wisdom, depth, strength, clarity. You are becoming someone who can not only step into breakthrough but carry it without being crushed by it. Because what God is doing in you is greater than what you're asking Him to do for you. Stay faithful. You are not being tested to prove your weakness. You are being proven to reveal your strength. The strength He's placed within you. The kind that endures not just days but seasons. The kind that looks hell in the face and says, "Still, I believe." You've come too far to turn back now. You've planted too many seeds to walk away before the harvest. And you've endured too much refining to question whether or not God sees you. He sees you. He's proud of you. He's walking with you through every valley and over every mountain. And He knows exactly when to say, "Now." So rest your heart, quiet your striving, trust the pace of grace. Breakthrough doesn't come to those who chase miracles. It comes to those who chase God. And when you chase Him, you get both the miracle and the Maker. So hold fast, stay grounded, lift your head. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not late. You are walking faithfully through the final stretch of preparation. Breakthrough is coming. Stay faithful. Faithfulness doesn't mean you always feel strong. Sometimes it means showing up with trembling hands and a worn-out heart. Sometimes it means trusting God with your silence because the words just won't come. And sometimes it means staying, not because you have all the answers, but because you believe He is still the answer. Stay faithful, even when it doesn't look like progress, even when no one notices, even when the road ahead is foggy and all you have is one small step of light. That light is enough. That step is enough. You are not walking alone. God walks beside the faithful. He strengthens those who lean on Him. He pours fresh grace into every moment that feels impossible. And in the quiet, slow days when it seems like nothing is changing, everything is. Inside you, faith is taking deeper root. Patience is being perfected. Trust is being solidified. And when the time is right, what was hidden will be revealed. Not just the breakthrough you prayed for, but the version of you that God was forming all along. Because this was never just about receiving something. It was about becoming someone. Someone steady, someone surrendered, someone who knows how to walk by faith, not by sight. And that someone is you. So don't despise this chapter. Don't rush past it. Don't wish it away. The slow seasons are sacred. They hold the fingerprints of a God who is never in a hurry but always on time. And His timing for your life will not be delayed. So breathe deep, stand firm, stay faithful. The breakthrough that's coming will carry the weight of everything you've become. This is where breakthrough begins. Not with a flash of lightning or a sudden answer, but with a quiet resolve deep within your spirit. I will not let go. I will not give up. I will stay faithful. Because faith is more than waiting. It's how you wait. Do you wait with hope? With expectation? With a heart that says, even if I don't see it yet, I know God is working. That's where the real breakthrough happens. You become unshakable. You stop measuring your worth by results. You stop measuring God's love by speed. And you start walking in alignment with heaven's rhythm, patient, surrendered, steady. And then it comes. Not always dramatically, not always suddenly, but when it arrives, it will be unmistakable. The door will open, the healing will happen, the provision will come, And you'll know it wasn't luck, chance, or coincidence. It was God. It was His grace, His timing, His plan, and you didn't miss it. Because you stayed. Stayed when others left. Stayed when the wind was against you. Stayed when the silence screamed. Stayed when faith felt thin. And that staying, that faithfulness, is what heaven calls beautiful. So take this final word to heart. You are closer than you think. Breakthrough is not a myth. It's a promise. And the one who made the promise is faithful to fulfill it. Don't give up now. Stay faithful. Because your breakthrough is not just coming. It's already begun.